Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out in support of kids, because fundamentally this is about our students. I was thinking about last night, kind of my journey in the charter world, and I've been in charters for 20 years, as a number of you have been as well, and so we feel like AB 1531 would roll back the clock to the early 90s, to the pre-school choice era. In terms of taking away that flexibility of governance that makes charter schools unique. So, you know, I wanted to recognize the Assembly member here this morning for standing out here and talking with us spontaneously here on the street. Also, Assembly member Weber, who is not present but who voted against this. So it's important that and she's a charter grandparent, and so I think that her vote speaks volumes about where she stands on this as well. So this is just really about making our voice heard and understanding that charters are fundamentally, even in large charter organizations, we're fundamentally grassroots, and so we want to stay that way. So thank you.
We also have Adria Williams. She is a parent of 2 charter schools, and I wanted her to come up and speak about AB 1531.
Thank you all so much for coming this morning. We really appreciate the support. I just want to say a few words. I am a parent of 2 children that attend charter schools by choice. My mother was an assistant superintendent for the San Diego Unified, and she didn't want me to put my kids in charter schools. But after seeing the decline in their education, she insisted that I find them a better choice. So that's why they're in their school of choice. AB 1531 is bad for students. It abolishes this charter's rights to have flexibility and control over their charter, and then it hands it over to the school district. That's why we left, right? We're losing our freedom by allowing this bill to be passed. And so it's just the basic ABCs, right? B, it binds charters back to the school district. That's not what we want. We want to have the freedom for our children to be in a creative, innovative environment that has them be successful and cares about the child. And that's why I'm a parent of a charter school. That's why my mother believes that this is the best choice for my students. I have 3 children. My kindergartner also is in the school of choice. It empowers me to be in a charter school. I can go to the principal, to the board, voice my concerns as a parent, and advocate for the rights of all the parents and teachers. Thank you.
So we also have a charter, you know, this is about charter board members, and so we do have a board member today to talk to, and she's a founding charter board member. And Amanda, if you could come up. Oh, sorry, this way.
Turn this down a little. My name's Amanda Allen, and I am a founding member of a very unique charter school that is Spanish immersion and health focused. And in putting our board together, it was incredibly important that we found people with the passion and the energy to get this school off the ground and running and really provide a unique education for our students. That being said, I think AB 1531 takes us backwards, and it's the wrong direction for our kids. Through the petition process, the authorizing authority, the authorizing district, has so much oversight. Our board was scrutinized. Our board was reviewed thoroughly. The petition process allows for the authorizing district to really take a look at our board. AB 1531 gives them control over our board. That is not acceptable because it's going to not allow for the flexibility and independence to provide our kids with the direction and independence that charter schools provide. I have a 1-year-old, and I plan to send her to this charter school, and I worry that if AB 1531 is approved, it's not going to be around because it's not going to have necessarily the board members that have the passion and enthusiasm that it took to get it really going and the commitment to see it through. So for that reason, I believe AB 1531 is not right for our kids. It takes us backwards. And today, we have a petition that we're going to deliver to Assemblymember Gonzalez, and we want to thank Assemblymember Weber for her vote on AB 1531, and really encourage Assemblymember Gonzalez to really take a look at her position on this bill if it actually makes it to the floor. And thank you for being here and listening. That is a big step in this conversation and moving forward in stopping AB 1531. Thank you.
Great, and we're also going to have, there's been some things said today about, did we meet with assembly members, did we reach out to folks, and, CCSA has been working on the PERS issue for a long time now, and this is a vital issue that needs to get resolved. Again, this bill, AB 1531, is not about PERS, it's about governing board and governance and appointing members to governing boards from the authorizers. We have Ricardo Soto from the California Charter Schools Association. He's the general counsel, and he's going to speak a little bit about PERS and some of the outreach that we did to the assembly.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see everyone out here. I'm here just simply to let you know that CCSA has been engaged on this issue about whether or not charter school employees can benefit and participate in public employee retirement systems since the fall of 2011. We've engaged with the IRS, who issued the advance notice. These aren't even final regulations, but who issued the advance notice in the fall of 2011. We've met with the IRS, we've met with the CalPERS, and in fact, when CalPERS changed their policy almost a year ago, CCSA was immediately engaged with CalPERS to try to challenge that decision. We're funding an appeal of a charter school that was denied participation in CalPERS, and we sued CalPERS to get their public records around why they made this decision to exclude charter school employees from their employment system. It's important to note that charter school employees throughout the country are participating in public employee retirement systems, except for CalPERS. CalPERS is the only agency throughout the country that has changed their policy based on not even a final regulation. So tell me, where is the problem? Is it with the way that charter schools are structured in California, or with CalPERS decision making? We are prepared to challenge CalPERS policy legally. This bill is not a solution for that issue. In fact, CalPERS has told us that if this bill passes, it may not even address their issue under the advanced regulations. CCSA reached out to Assemblymember Gonzalez's office. Our staff, our government affairs staff, engaged her staff. We were very clear about our position on this bill and why we didn't support this particular bill to address the CalPERS issue. CCSA believes very strongly that all charter school employees, including charter school employees that should be eligible for CalPERS, should be participating in this system, and we're prepared to engage at any level to make sure that that happens. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone was very clear about where CCSA has stood on this issue and the fact that we've been engaged in trying to solve this issue for charter school employees since the fall of 2011. Thank you very much.
So I want to close by thanking you all for being here. We were going to go up to the Assembly member's office and deliver the petition. I think it's a great, encouraging step forward that we have her here today, and we thank her for being here. I know she's said that she can, her staff has told me that she can be around and available here to continue this discussion, and maybe we can actually kill this bill and move the PERS issue, which is two great things for the charter community. So stick around. We are going to take up a small group are going to take up the petition to Assemblymember Weber's office, but feel free if you can stick around. It sounds like Assemblymember Gonzalez is able to meet with you and talk through the issue. So thank you for all being here. Remember to go ahead and do something on Facebook, do something on Twitter. Make sure that people know this issue's out there, because this bill is still alive and it goes to appropriations next. And then, our hope is that people will realize that it's important to kill this bill and move on. So thank you for being here, okay?